My name is Rupesh Srivastava, and I am the CEO of OneQuantum. I have 20 years experience in startups and consulting before I joined the UK National Quantum Programme based at Oxford University to grow the quantum computing ecosystem. So first of all, I'm a scientist. I have a PhD in physics. I have a great curiosity about how the universe functions. And I've spent over 5 years at the University of Oxford, based in the Department of Physics, working with academics, working with the industry in the UK and government to grow a quantum ecosystem for UK prosperity. So I've been walking the landscape, walking the science, walking the industry use cases and adoption, and walking policy to bring this amazing technology to the world. OneQuantum is the global quantum tech community for humanity. So what does that mean exactly? Well, first, before I tell you that, I want to start with a vision, because every great endeavor starts with one. And then you've got to realize it somehow, right? So OneQuantum is a force for good in quantum tech. OneQuantum supports humanity's transition into the quantum age and enables everyone, irrespective of labels, forget about those, but enables everyone to contribute, to grow, and to make a positive impact for themselves, for society, and for economies. So how are we doing that? Sounds great, right? We're doing that by building local communities around the world that are connected to one another. So in quantum language, we're in a superposition of local and global. That's how I see it. We have mentoring programs that have been phenomenally successful. We help people in careers to find new jobs, new pathways for their lives. And we develop skills in a number of different ways by running projects and programs. Let me give you an example. One person in Nepal who learned how to program a quantum computer through the efforts there has obtained a scholarship to the States. You couldn't predict it. This is what I'm saying. You can't predict how life and the myriad pathways turn and change. By developing and just getting involved, volunteering his time, now he's got a scholarship and his whole life is changing. And that's thanks to OneQuantum. If we weren't there, what's the chances of that happening? Quantum technologies are going to revolutionize the world. And those of us who have been part of this journey for many years know it's a question of when and not if. Quantum is a tremendously interesting and fun area to learn about. We want you to get involved, no matter how old you are, no matter what other industries or backgrounds of life you come from. The projects that we create are deeply meaningful, and we have a lot of fun doing them. A lot of fun interacting, a lot of fun brainstorming, a lot of fun saying, wow, what did you just do? And you can be part of that journey too. So remember, we are the global quantum tech community for humanity. And in the words of one of our presidents, which I will cheerfully steal, we accept, we don't select. That's OneQuantum. Communities are vital. That's where you have an exchange of ideas, you collaborate, you innovate. But more important is the human interaction, the human connection. Coming together, you make new friends, you share your stories, you walk on life's path together, and along the way, you can do amazing things. The power of community is greater than any individual. that's for sure. So my parents left India in the early 60s to come to the UK. I was born and raised there, and I've lived and worked there all my life. And until 2014, where I met my amazing wife, Virginia. She's from Argentina. In 2015, we got married, and we've been over here during the pandemic to give caregiving support to her parents. And Argentina, if you haven't visited, we're based in Mendoza. It is an amazing place near the mountains. Phenomenal food, phenomenal weather. I've heard it's, I don't know the exact figures, but it's almost 300 days of sunshine a year. I want to answer it this way. For the first time, what quantum means to me is for the first time in human history, we're harnessing the very laws of nature, the fundamental laws of the universe, to do amazing things. Those laws are operating inside me, inside you, inside everyone. So let's start off from there. Quantum doesn't discriminate, so neither should we. And like I said, at OneQuantum, we start with a human-to-human interaction. It doesn't matter who you are. We accept you for who you are. So your character is important. Your behavior is important. Your talents are important. What have you got to bring to our cause, which is to change the world, right? So I want this to be a non-topic. It's a topic that is being wrestled with in many organizations around the world, but it's like an add-on. And we don't have that struggle. So it's completely a completely fresh approach. And everyone benefits. Everyone smiles more, interacts more, gives more, because they're not having to fight all the discrimination. And that's super powerful. So OneQuantum operates on a zero profit basis. So that's important to understand. And the impact we have is, on a simple level, we change lives through our activities. And that's on an individual level, on a society level through the communities that we create, and also on an economic level, because we're helping with workforce development. The workforce, the quantum workforce of the future, are emerging from our communities. But where? North America, South America, Africa, Europe, the Middle East, Asia. We're covering the globe. And all of these people are connected to one another through our network. So think about all the opportunities, all the ideas, all the innovation that we are facilitating because we exist. And we're talking to people no one else are talking to, because they're not economically viable. Thank God we don't think like that. Thank God we accept everyone. Thank God we're trying to help everyone. My mission is to bring peace to the world through inner peace. And what attracted me to OneQuantum was actually the name, which was to bring humanity together and create a better future in a completely different way. So by being supportive, by being helpful, by adding value, by accepting people, you're automatically bringing peace, whether you intend to do it or not. And that's beautiful. Now, the peace I'm talking about is more of a conscious peace by working on yourself through meditation, through breathing activities. But it's also a greater vision of how do you want the world to look like? What do you want the future to be? And I'm very passionate that technology and inner peace are not incompatible. These technologies, if you try and imagine, so one of the things OneQuantum does, which I haven't talked about, is the world is talking about the second quantum revolution. We're already imagining the fourth. Disease is cured. Humanity living sustainably. Energy is free to access. The expansion of humanity off-world. onto other planets and stations. All this is powered through quantum tech. Personalized medicine to your DNA. We're imagining a different world, a better world, a more peaceful world. And so it's completely in line with my peace mission. When you join OneQuantum, first of all, you're accepted for who you are. Secondly, what can you contribute? What do you have to give? It's not just about you developing, that's really important, but it's also giving back. You're joining a global family of like-minded, curious people, all with a diverse backgrounds, diverse skill sets. This is a really interesting place to be, a really interesting global community. You won't just find out about quantum. People are going to share recipes with you. They're going to share their interests with you. You're going to learn about different parts of the world, connect with different people, make new friends. You really are going on a journey of humanity, and that will expand you in ways you cannot even dream about today. We really are a force for good. When you team up with OneQuantum as a sponsor, you're supporting the good works that we do, and people will see that. You'll be teaming up with quantum experts. You'll be introduced to new ideas, new ways of thinking. For instance, if you want to support diversity and inclusion, look at OneQuantum because it's diversity and inclusion in action. You can learn from us. So there are many benefits of sponsoring OneQuantum. So when you sponsor OneQuantum, you'll have access to our communities, the ability to mentor people, and access to a global workforce. And that's going to be important for the industry in the future. I started off with OneQuantum as a volunteer president for Argentina. And I came to the organization with this bold ambition to bring Argentina into the quantum age. And that's because I saw around me school kids, teachers, other people who had no idea about the quantum revolution. But I was one guy, one person, a stranger in a strange land. And OneQuantum said, instead of laughing at me, they said, how can we support you? And I knew from my own experience that how powerful the OneQuantum brand is. The question I asked was, well, what can you do? How can you help? OneQuantum has a core team to support people, to support the volunteer presidents. They have a technology stack to enable online events, newsletters, and so on, all the marketing machinery that is required to get the word out. And they have phenomenal reach through social media and other platforms. So I was amazed exactly how far their reach extends around the world and how deeply integrated OneQuantum is into the ecosystem. This is fundamentally very important because without all of this, you can't do any good works, no matter how hard you try. And I was conscious of this from day one. Now I'm taking the leadership role within OneQuantum. I'm seeing just how much impact we're delivering. I mean, if you think about it, we have 21 plus chapters. New chapters are going to be announced soon. That's a lot of people volunteering their time, growing communities, understanding the local challenges. This takes a lot of support, a lot of work. So even though we run on a zero profit basis, we do require financial support to enable all the great programs that we've executed around the world to be successful. We're a professional organization. As our founder keeps saying, this isn't a hobby. And it isn't. We are deeply, deeply passionate about our vision and mission. And we understand the impact that we have. We've got to tell our stories better, I think. But even though we run on a zero profit basis, you can't run with zero revenue. And it's important that people understand that, because they can support us in many ways, by offering their time, by offering their talents, but also by offering sponsorship and investment too. So if you support our cause, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.